The quiet hum of a settling evening filled our living room, but within the gentle embrace of my husband's arms, a different, more intimate melody began to play. It had been months, long, silent months, since we had truly found our rhythm as a couple. The recent past had been a landscape of muted tones, a challenging stretch where the vibrant hues of our connection seemed to have faded. Marriage counseling, a brave step for both of us, had slowly, painstakingly, begun to reintroduce those colors. We'd been learning new languages of communication, rediscovering how to share the unspoken burdens of our daily lives, and in doing so, were slowly, tentatively, finding our way back to the good place we both yearned for. Our physical intimacy, a slow burn for years due to my own waning drive, had completely extinguished during these challenging months. For months, to be precise, of a profound emotional chasm where even the gentlest touch felt alien, unwelcome. It was a barren landscape, devoid of even the smallest sprig of physical affection, as we grappled with the deeper, more complex architecture of our emotional bond. But last night, something subtle shifted. It began quietly, as most profound changes do. We were simply standing in the soft glow of the living room, holding each other. His arms, familiar and comforting, wrapped around me. His lips brushed my hair, a tender, almost reverent gesture. He whispered sweet nothings, the kind that settle deep in your soul and remind you of the profound love that still flickers, even in the darkest corners. It was a return to a language we hadn't spoken in what felt like an eternity, a language of gentle affection, of unspoken understanding, of simply being together. The air around us thickened, not with tension, but with a burgeoning sense of possibility. My body, which had for so long felt like a separate entity, a fortress I'd retreated into, began to soften, to yield to the warmth of his presence. His kisses drifted from my head to my temple, then to my cheek, each touch a gentle query, a silent question. My breath hitched slightly, a tiny tremor of anticipation. It was then, in that tender, vulnerable moment, that he paused, pulling back just enough to look into my eyes. His gaze, usually so direct, held a hint of uncertainty, a beautiful hesitation that caught me by surprise. And then, he blurted it out, a phrase so simple, yet so profoundly impactful: "Can I play with your breasts?" The words hung in the air, a delicate offering. In that instant, time seemed to expand, stretching to accommodate the weight of his question. It wasn't a demand, not a push, not even an assumption. It was a request, laced with a respect that brought tears to my eyes. This man, my husband, was asking for consent. In the midst of our emotional healing, he was demonstrating an understanding, a sensitivity that spoke volumes about his growth, about his commitment to rebuilding our trust. It was a testament to the lessons learned, to the deep listening that had transpired during those counseling sessions. He was acknowledging my agency, my right to choose, even in the smallest, most intimate of gestures. A wave of warmth, potent and encompassing, washed over me. It was more than just physical heat, it was the warmth of being seen, truly seen, and deeply respected. My heart, which had been a tightly clenched fist for so long, began to unfurl, petal by petal. I looked into his eyes, and a silent understanding passed between us. There was no need for words, not yet. Instead, I reached for his hand, my fingers intertwining with his. The touch was electric, a current of renewed connection flowing between us. I squeezed gently, a silent affirmation, and then, with a newfound sense of purpose, I led him toward the bedroom. The bedroom. For so long, it had been a place of quiet retreat, a space for sleep and solitary contemplation. Now, it held the promise of something more. We didn't rush. There was no urgency, no pressure to fill the silence with grand gestures or passionate declarations. Instead, we simply held each other. The soft lamplight cast a warm glow, illuminating the contours of our faces, the gentle rise and fall of our chests. We lay there, limbs intertwined, just breathing, just being. It was a silent conversation, a deep current of unspoken words passing between us. He kissed my forehead again, then my eyelids, my nose, tracing the delicate lines of my face with his lips. Each kiss was a whisper of affection, a reaffirmation of his love. We talked, too, softly, about nothing and everything. About the small triumphs of our day, about the anxieties that still lingered, about the hopes we held for our future. The conversation flowed easily, punctuated by comfortable silences and the gentle rhythm of our breathing. It was as if a dam had broken, and the words, once trapped, were now flowing freely, cleansing the stagnant air that had settled between us. And then, his hands, those hands that had held mine so tenderly, began their slow, deliberate journey. He played with my chest, as he had so beautifully put it, but it was so much more than mere play. It was an exploration, a rediscovery. His touch was light, feather-soft, yet filled with a profound tenderness. He caressed, he stroked, he lingered, his fingers tracing the delicate curves, the subtle swells. There was no hurriedness, no demand for more. It was all about the journey, the exquisite pleasure of the touch itself. He paid attention to every subtle sigh, every shift in my posture. He seemed to read the unspoken language of my body, adjusting his touch, his pressure, his rhythm to match my unspoken cues. It was an act of profound intimacy, a testament to his newfound patience and understanding. This prolonged foreplay, this tender exploration, was a revelation. It wasn't about reaching a destination. It was about savoring the path, the unfolding of intimacy at its own pace. My body, which had been so resistant, began to hum with a gentle warmth, a faint echo of the passion that had once burned so brightly between us. After what felt like a long, beautiful stretch of time, I knew I needed to voice my current limits. It was still fragile, this renewed connection, and I wanted to protect it, to nurture it with honesty and trust. I pulled back just slightly, meeting his gaze. "I'm not ready for more tonight," I whispered, my voice soft but firm. "But this is perfect." The words hung in the air, a moment of truth, of vulnerability. And then, without a hint of disappointment or frustration, he simply nodded. His eyes, warm and understanding, held mine. He didn't protest, didn't push, didn't even try to coax me further. He accepted it, fully and completely, without any fuss. He simply pulled me closer, holding me tight, his chin resting on my head. In that embrace, I felt a profound sense of gratitude swell within me. Gratitude for this man, my husband, who had embarked on this arduous journey of healing with me. Gratitude for his patience, his respect, his willingness to truly see me and honor my boundaries. This wasn't just a moment of physical intimacy. It was a profound testament to the deep love and respect that had not only survived our storm but had emerged stronger, more refined, more beautiful. He had asked for consent, and in doing so, he had reopened a door to a deeper level of connection, a more profound understanding of what it means to truly love and cherish another. Our journey was far from over, but in that quiet, tender night, with his gentle touch and his unwavering acceptance, I knew, with absolute certainty, that we were finally, truly, on our way back home.